Hey, my Sagittarius babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. Hope everybody's having a good Thanksgiving weekend. Sag, this is going to be your December 2020 monthly reading. We're going to do 2 for overall. 1 is your challenge. And then I'm going to do the first 2 weeks and then the last 2 weeks. So we're going to start this for Tuesday, December 1st. That's this Tuesday coming up. Yes, we are done with November. How about that? Going through the cards. It feels like y'all are stuck. Some of y'all are just stuck. You're just stuck. Others of you may be in situations where you should have listened to your intuition, if I'm getting that correctly, but you didn't. And so now you're dealing with some issues. Yeah, some missed opportunities and timing issues. Wow. What's going on there, Saggy? The fuck? So some of y'all got some stuff going on with your families. Yeah, some of y'all are trying to move ahead. You'll have a lot of major energy on the board. You got the Temperance card and the Magician. That's just this deck. Let's see what this deck got. So the Queen of Wands pulls the Hangman. I'll be damned. 5 of Swords pulls the 5 of Swords. Oh, well, let's just double it up. Change is coming. And then the 9 of Swords back here with the 4 of Cups. Yeah, so this is what it feels like. There were some things maybe going on in October, the first part of November. And you're like, yeah, and you just kind of ignored it. And it was actually your intuition giving you a gentle nudge to do whatever. Walk away from a relationship, say yes to a job. Park in that parking space over there so you don't get hit. However, but you didn't listen, and so now you're punishing yourself because you know we've all done it. I knew good and well I wasn't supposed to be going somewhere because I felt it when I walked out the door. We have all done it, but for whatever reason, at this point in time for you Sagittarius, this may have just been for you in a year that's already been painfully inadequate as far as Sagittarius is concerned. One more knife cut in the back. And so you may do self-punishment. Your challenge here for the month of December is to be kinder to yourself. We're all human. And we do shit like that. If it were easy, none of us would fuck up. And what fun would there be in that, really? I know it would nag me to work on whatever missed opportunities. There may be some in December, some spots and spaces to clear up misunderstandings. So just kind of be mindful of that if something like that has gone on with you. Your overall energy, the Queen of Wands with the Magician sitting on top. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. It's a lot of hidden truths, that Queen of Wands back there. That's what she's talking about. And as you learn these things, and this may be family, sisters, brothers, siblings, not parental units, not necessarily parents or grandparents, but it feels like the rest of y'all, the siblings, the cousins, there may be, it may just be too many chiefs in the kitchen. Let me just put it like that. However, this is resonating. This could be also at work. You need to have a total change of perspective. This is the ass end of this card. That's the front end. This is the back end. And it is just what it's saying from that perspective. You need to have a total change of perspective and adjust. Some of you may be dealing with situations where people have just straight ass out lied to you, and now that shit's coming to light. And let me just say this as a disclosure and a disclaimer for the month of December. the month of December is very much going to be light shining in areas where maybe light hasn't been shown before. And so there's going to be some uncovering of some deception, people telling half truths, whatever that is. People, in some instances, hiding complete situations from you. Be mindful of that. Right now, y'all are just trying to figure out which way you should be hanging with this shit, because it has just aggravated you to no end. On top of everything else, the back end of your overall, the 5 and the 5 of swords twice. Woo, have mercy. Some of you may be dealing with some chronic, recurring, that's what that is, health issues. So if you are diabetic, pay attention to your health this next handful of weeks. And no, I'm not a doctor and I don't even play one on TV. But if you don't feel well, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. This here, this fear, that's that bubble you got sitting in the bottom of your gut, is about this here. If you change, some of y'all are just being stubborn. You don't want to change your point of view. You think things should go the way you want them to go, and to fuck with whatever else anybody lied or didn't tell the truth about, you are still, I want to hear. And some of y'all for good reason, because you feel like you may have sacrificed a lot in the past, especially if this is a love situation that we're talking about, and you just are not feeling giving it up. You are not. And so those 2 5s is definitely indicative of change. Now, just because you change your perspective doesn't mean the other people involved are necessarily going to hang around to see how your perception has changed. They may be scared. There's that fear and crisis right there. They may be scared of what you'll do or what you'll say when you finally start putting all little pieces together. They may just simply be tired from having to uphold a lie for any amount of time. So whatever this is that you're dealing with, show some compassion. Yeah, show some compassion. That's that word. Show some compassion, Sag. Even though I hear you, you had to do this, and you had to do that, and you sacrificed this, and you sacrificed that, and why in the hell should I be trying to change what the fuck I'm doing right now because of your shit, when we've been down this road before? And so I know I'm pretty close to what is going on here, looking at the back of the Empress and the back of the King of Swords. This is stuff that has been happening past tense. First week, 10 of Cups, 5 of Wands. This is the arguing, the fighting, and Sag, you just not really wanting to change. Like I said, this has got something to do with most of you. It's got something to do with your immediate family, not your intimate family. Sisters, brothers, cousins, aunts, uncles, but not boyfriend, girlfriend. There's that there, but the bigger part of this energy is coming from family. So some of y'all may be going through some just big family distress. Everybody trying to jockey for a space, and who's the favorite, and who ain't the favorite, and who got the most, and who don't have the most. Yeah, that's what it feels like, and it's actually just a drain. This is you're probably gonna roll through Christmas with this energy. So there may be some family members that you might just want to work around. Some of y'all, same energy, need to leave the past behind and start dealing with the emotional shit. This is talking about, this is the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, talking about that side's the struggle. But here, repressed emotions, things that you haven't dealt with. And that may, in turn, have something to do why some of this is all fucked up, because you haven't processed whatever little situation went on 20 years ago, and now the rest of the family's trying to deal with something and this is coming up. For those of you in relationships, there's some termination energy here for some of you. Down here with the Sun and the Magician, some of this deceptive shit might just throw your relationship in the garbage can. Hold that thought. Whatever is going on, or whatever side of the cracker you're going to put it on, you need to let go of this. You carrying a bundle of rocks and sticks on your back that's not necessary. Whatever anybody has done, you always have a choice. You can accept it and forgive them if it warrants that, or you can forgive them and tell them to be the fuck gone. Period. There's that termination energy. The Sun and the Magician. Again, talking about shining a light on stuff. Maybe somebody's been doing some crooked shit. There's Magician. But it may also, again, we're talking about compassion here, just like the Queen of Wands. But this may also lend to all of this going on, making you come to realization that you're not using all of your talents, or you are not making the most of another situation you may be in. This side of that card is talking about the elimination of your fears in the shadows. This side is about self-regenerating renewal. Once again, talking about repressed emotions. So some of you, there may be a split, and that might be those may be some of the things that you need to work on yourself. Again, missed opportunity up here. It could be a relationship, the timing is just wrong. And you might just need to take a step back and either let the other person catch up or slow down or whatever the case may be, and revisit this in a month. Just throwing it out there. With the holidays coming, might be easier to just put off making really big decisions, especially towards the beginning of December. And if you can put them off to the beginning of the year, that would be great. Second week, the Emperor, the Empress, on top of the Temperance, you may have some balance issues, dealing with changes. Once again, talking about your emotions. You may need to do some inner growth. That's what this side is about, inner growth. But that is coming up here. You may need to turn away from, just the back end of that, say relationship, and work on your inner growth for another couple of weeks. That can be anything, wherever you think there's an area that needs growing, where you need to change. And that is here, talking about changes. If you settle down a bit, because I know some of y'all are anxious and trying to just find your sweet spot and get back to center, you should begin to be okay. There may be some issues sexually with your partner. The note here is don't worry about it. Don't let all of that get you beside yourself. Seems like anything that comes up, there'll be a solution, albeit not right away, but a solution nonetheless. But while any of that is going on, try to make sure you're balanced and you're centered. With the Six of Rods and the Justice card, you're going to get to a point, and this is taking me back up here with the deceptions and hidden truths. Karmic justice will be served, period. Stay open-minded. Stay balanced. Stay your ass up on that horse, Sag. Don't fall down. And do your best to clear up any misunderstandings. Again, anything that's karmically off is going to be dealt with swiftly. Just throw that out there. So this could be you, another person, you and another person, however it's resonating. But just be mindful of that, and watch the promises that you're making, particularly in love relationships, because they may end up being promises you don't want to keep or that you can't keep. At the end of this second week, the King of Swords sitting on top of the Six of Swords, once again, talking about balance and compromise, but some of you may be moving. Y'all done broke up. Guess what that means? Liberation. Turning your back on the old and moving towards the new. Some of you may try to go back and mend up maybe some misunderstandings from a few weeks ago, or even as far back as the spring. You may find out, though, that the person that you're trying to mend fences with is in a shitty ass mood and they don't want to do shit. All you can do is try. It is not a reason for you to hang on to that negative energy. If it's negative, and not a reason for you to dwell on anything. You did your part, let it go. No sense in dwelling on it. I see y'all got a tower. Liberation and freedom. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all are feeling. Yeah, okay. So some of y'all are just feeling whatever situation. This is not going to resonate with everybody, this part. Eat fish, leave the bones. Your current love relationship. Yeah, it's a world card. But what's interesting about this next set of cards is that I'm looking at everybody's behind, except for two. The Two of Wands on top of the Tower. There's going to be some upheaval. Like I said, some of y'all are going to, there's some termination energy here. Others of you, you may be living with family members that you are going to fall out with. Yes, I said that part right. So you may be living with your sister, and all shit might, just saying, might come out of the blue. Just saying. Planning. That's what you need to be about. If you know you're in a tense situation already, and it ain't going to take nothing but a cat hair to blow it up, start planning now. Start planning now. You don't want to run into the first of the year feeling like you, because some of you are already feeling, where's my dude with all the sticks? Some of y'all are already here, feeling overwhelmed. You do not want to go into the new year with this on your back and then some bullshit like this right here. So if there's anything you can do in the next 4 weeks, as far as planning is concerned, or squirreling away some money. I know it's Christmas time in the United States, but this is 2020. What were you expecting? I'm sorry. Shit. It is what it is. I'm just over 2020, and I know y'all are too. But do your best to plan whatever needs to be planned. Know that there are going to be some events that are going to have more to do with the divine intervention. Little thing coming out the sky there. Try to stay balanced. Don't get into that stuck mode. With the Page of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, again, talking about your intuition. Don't ignore inspiration that you may get from somewhere about doing something or starting something. Don't let that anxiety and depression get you. It's just been me and my girl. We walk. Yeah, don't get there. I know it's easy with the way things are going. I know it's easy. But try your best not to get there. Get a little shrewd. Again, I'm looking at her behind, so this may be about the same relationship. You may have to just turn your back on it completely, let it go. And not, because if it's causing you a whole lot of sideline issues with your health or your mental health, this might be the best thing to do, is just turn around and step away. At the end of this third week, the Five of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands on top, obviously there's going to be some transformation here, especially if there are endings. This may also be family relationships changing. You may feel like there's some betrayal, but with this King of Wands or Knight of Wands on here, this is about transformation. Don't get into self-sabotaging. I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. Nobody ever taught me how. Don't. Be open to learning and be open to feeling. Your intuition will get you where you need to go. The back end of this is about making moves. So if you haven't already started, you're going to get here to this point. But don't do the self-sabotage thing or the self-punishment thing. This is your challenge. There's a friendly reminder not to jump in it. Just know that we all make mistakes. Everybody's radar ain't working all the time, and everybody's picker don't always pick right. So do not be too hard on yourself. And if I had to put an overarching meaning or theme to this, take care of yourself. If you take some of your attention away from some of these little bullshit ass scenarios you got going on and bring it back to you, because you're hurting, Sag. And I know I just woke a whole lot of folk up. You're hurting. Some of y'all are hurting from past experiences, and you're going through something similar now. Some of you are going through, everything is blocked. You feel like you can't move. Do your best to stay in balance. If you need to talk to somebody, do that. That's going to help you heal. Because some of y'all are hurting. And you probably don't need to be hurting the way that you're hurting. It may just be you need to let something go. And hence we go with the World card. Knowledge, wisdom, beginnings, endings. So as something is ending, something else is beginning. But all of this stuff has put you in a frame where you're reluctant to trust. So you may be in this pattern for a minute. And that's okay as long as you don't stay there forever and ever. Once you've been burnt, you're not real anxious to get your butt out there and start doing a cook-off. I'm just saying. So don't be hard on yourself. Know that learn whatever lesson you need to learn out of this, and then do your best to let all that emotional negativity go. Yeah. Those of you some of you know what you want. It's about desires and fears. This is a high priestess, but there's some twang to this energy, and I'm trying to figure it out. This energy is lurking this month. Neptune, that blurry shit. There's an end point to it, but I can feel it all month long. So this is what I'm going to say about that. It gets to wishful thinking, rose-colored glasses, especially if this is a situation that you're not going to leave because you've had a conversation. What I'm going to say about that conversation is don't deceive yourself. If this person was out there doing some old strange shit, okay, are they not going to be doing that anymore? Is that a conversation that you've had? Is that something you believe they can control? Yep, I went there. Once again, we're looking at the back. So you may have to step away for a minute and make sure you're seeing things clearly and not just some old rose-colored bullshit. At the end of all of this, you need to clarify your intentions for love. So the Six of Wands on top of the lovers, trying too hard, period. Just trying too damn hard. And you want all this You want the accolades, people throwing flowers at you and shit, and money, and you boo-boo right behind you, but you're trying too hard. That's that down there. So I'm going to say, if it's relationship woes, even if it's family shit, maybe, dear Sag, it's time for you to have a seat. Let somebody else take over. And you work on the process of healing your heart if it is hurting. If there's some physical ailments that you have, turning your attention to yourself. The big thing for the month, for me to say to you, would be tend to you. Folks is going to do what they're going to do. Take care of you. That's what they're not going to do, is take care of you. You should see that by their actions. But make sure that you take care of you. Any missed opportunities, for love, same people are probably going to circle back in February. As far as work, end of January, 1st of February. So anything that you've missed in the last month or two, it'll be back the beginning of the year. What are your options? What are your options? If you're a couple, what are your options? If you're living together, can you split up for a minute? Do something different? What are your options? Think about your options. Love just came to mind immediately. So if this is a living situation, you don't necessarily want to cancel the lease, but you think you may need some time alone. And this is one of many things. What are your options? Look at your options. There may be work changes, work schedule changes. That energy is here as well. And getting to work might be a problem. Think about what your options are. Relationship shit. Maybe one more chance, maybe. And again, I feel determination energy here, but I also feel like some of y'all are going to reconcile. And you may not even like the outcome of the reconciliation, be that as it may. Some of you are going to try to reconcile the situation. So there again, maybe one more chance. Just saying. And then there's that. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? All the shit you're going through with this person or your family and whatever, the crazy bullshit, and it's the holidays. See, everything is just amplified. Think about whatever you're going to say or whatever action you're going to take. Is it worth it? Is it worth all the energy you get ready to put into it, or should you just walk away and leave some shit alone? There's no reason for you to punish yourself. And just know whatever you missed is coming back around. But don't get all up in your head and all emotional about some crazy shit. Do your best to find your balance and let it go. Sag, I love you. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.